In light of Saturday, August the 31st, 2024, where the Clemson Tigers played the Georgia Bulldogs to kick off the 2024-25 football season for the NCAA, and they were thoroughly outclassed, outgunned, and outcoached to the tune of 34-3. The offense was horrific yesterday when you had players not being lined up, and it caused for penalties in crucial moments where either we had a opportunity to get a first down, or it killed any kind of momentum that we had before. So we had players not being lined up properly. We've had quarterback who's in his junior year now, third year in the system, and he's out there making the same goddamn mind-boggling, mind-numbing decisions. We got wide receivers that can't get separation. And with the offense being so stagnant, it really put the defense in a bind. The defense for the first half played great. They only given up 2 field goals. So going into the locker room 6-0, you think that, if the offense would get its act together, if the coach would actually, not be so goddamn conservative and playing not to lose, where you had a situation where it was 4th and 1, but instead of going for it and trusting your offense and trusting your running back, you elected to punt. So with the defense being on the field as much as it has been all game long, because we got a horrific quarterback. I thought DJ Uiagalelei was bad, but Cade Klubnik sucks. So that game he had against North Carolina a couple years ago in the ACC championship game, where he put up these gaudy numbers or whatever, that has to do more with North Carolina's defense being horrific as opposed to Cade Klubnik being this all-world quarterback. He sucks. He is trash. Don't try to push the ball down the field, always checking down, not using his legs to run, not really putting any kind of pressure on the defense. So when we keep going 3 and out, interception, the only thing he didn't do yesterday was fumble. Get a drive going, some stupid ass penalty, whether it be a legal shift where you got wide receivers not even lining up properly. We got guys dropping passes and when it could have been on 2nd down, when it could have been a manageable 3rd down. That was just unacceptable. So if I had to give a grade, it would be a F. I wish it was such grade as an F minus, but it's an F. The defense, as far as like their grade go, in the first half, I would give it a B plus. I would give it a B plus for the defense, but overall, I give their grade a C minus. And the only reason I give their grade a C minus because when you're a defense that's good, but not great, but good, what you cannot afford to have happen is your offense going 3 and out, throwing interceptions, doing other kinds of turnovers or whatever like that. Can't get a running game going, can't get a passing game going, all that stuff. So it really put your defense in the bind. Which, saying all that, right? Because Georgia, they was able to make their adjustments in the second half, and they put up 28 unanswered points, and that's how we got the ass whooping we got yesterday. Then the one time Clemson did get in the red zone, conservative play calling, bad decision making, and they end up settling for a field goal. So I say all that to say this, right? Dabo Swinney, your ass need to fucking change. I don't know what kind of I don't know. You think you got a lifetime contract at Clemson or whatever, just because you won 2 national championships? But that was many years ago. We got the transfer portal, and yet your refusal, this man's refusal, to dip in the transfer portal for whatever reason that he has, whether it be he don't feel the need to pay players, even though the NCAA has made tens of billions of dollars off of student athletes over the years. There was a such thing as the NCAA. Showing loyalty to seniors, where you have guys who might be more talented on the roster that's rotting away on the bench. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Cade Klubnik, he has no business being the starting quarterback right now. And if you look at your top schools around the country, they all dipped into the transfer portal. Do you know that Clemson was one of 4 schools that did not use a transfer or don't have a transfer person on their roster? The other 3 schools are Army, Navy, and Air Force. So he needs to evolve. This ain't the 1990s or even in the 2000s when you could just recruit a player and he does 4 years and he's out and then he goes to the NFL. It is a business now. It is a business. That means you're either going to have to adapt or you're going to have to be gone, because what cannot continue to happen is this old way of thinking that he has. That's what cannot continue to happen. And yes, we can compete in the ACC, but did you see Miami yesterday? Miami looks like a legit threat with that quarterback they got. So when you factor in Miami, Florida State could be in the mix, and Florida State could win in spite of their quarterback, former Clemson quarterback DJ Uiagalelei, right? Florida State could win in spite of their quarterback. But you still got North Carolina and Mack Brown. He's been a good coach. He's won national championships, right? His team always contends in whatever conference that he is a coach of, whether it be here or in, well, it was the Big 12, but now a lot of Big 12 went to the SEC. But anyway, but Dabo Swinney has to adapt. He has to evolve. This old way of thinking that I could just, sell somebody a bag of goods and they'll just come to Clemson, that's not going to work anymore. Georgia Tech is going to be better. They're not running Paul Johnson's triple option anymore. So Dabo Swinney going to have to adapt. If he doesn't adapt, he is going to find his way into a forced retirement, because I don't think they're going to fire him outright. they're not going to. I don't see the athletic director or like the governing body disrespecting Dabo Swinney like that. I don't see them doing that, but I do see them putting him into a forced retirement. And then on top of that, they lost key people within the staff, right? They've lost Brent Venables, who's the coach at Oklahoma. They lost the athletic director, who's at Miami right now. I think his name is Terry Don Phillips. Yeah. All his coordinators have gone on to become head coaches at other spots. Would it be Jeff Scott? And, I think Jeff Scott went to UCF. There was a guy, I can't remember his name, but he coaches Virginia now. I think his name is Tony Elliott. He coaches Virginia. So he has to adapt, period. He's going to have to swallow his pride, open up the transfer portal, get some real talent in there. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what scheme you run. You can run the most elaborate schemes all day, but if you don't have the talent to execute it, if you don't have the person now that can make your scheme come into fruition, then it doesn't work. It's not going to work. This game should serve as a wake-up call to where Clemson is at in the college football hierarchy. We're just not there. You're just not there. You just can't live off those 2 national championships. You just can't live off of that. Deshaun Watson was the guy that gave him his first one. Trevor Lawrence was the guy that gave him his second one. But the array of quarterbacks that we had before, three main ones: Taj Boyd, Deshaun Watson, and Trevor Lawrence. In recent memory. But DJ Uiagalelei, he's trash. This guy, Cade Klubnik, he's trash too. They had a guy in Hunter Johnson, but Hunter Johnson wouldn't get no playing time. He transfers to Northwestern and other places. I'd rather play him over Cade Klubnik when he was there. So with the way this college football is being done now, to where guys want to get paid and all that, with this NIL deals that's coming, Dabo Swinney going to have to adjust. Either he's going to have to adjust or Clemson's going to have to find a new coach. But what cannot continue to happen is this guy parade around the sidelines, going off on players and stuff like that when he really don't got the talent. You don't got the talent. You don't got the quarterback. Quarterback is a horrible decision maker. Cade Klubnik is fucking trash, bro. He is trash. I don't know what Dabo Swinney sees in this guy. You mean to tell me this is 3rd year in Clemson and he's not gotten better at all? That's inexcusable. And the fact that they didn't bring in anybody to challenge this guy or to push this guy to get better is a slap in the face in the process. All right, so Clemson's home opener is against Appalachian State next week. Now, this is not a team that Clemson should take lightly. Appalachian State is a team that can give people fits. even though they might be in the FCS, but that's not a team that you want to be sleeping on. That's not a team that you could just show up and then, oh, well, we got this game in the bag. It doesn't work like that. You better ask Michigan what happens when they thought that, right? Michigan was a team that had Appalachian State come to the big house and beat them. Michigan goes from number 5 to unranked the next week. Ask North Carolina about Appalachian State, how it took double overtime for North Carolina to escape with that. So that's not a team where you can just show up and think that you're going to get that game in the bag. They play hard. The Appalachian State Mountaineers out of Boone, North Carolina, that's not a team that you want to take lightly. Then I ain't even talked about how we got teams from the Pac-12, from the old Pac-12 coming in to the ACC, like Cal and Stanford and other teams like that. I think like we got like 4 teams coming from the old Pac-12 to the ACC. So that's a whole nother wrinkle within itself. With all this conference realignment, you got these teams trying to position themselves, recruiting, NIL deals, all this other stuff. So, I mean, and then we ain't even talked about NC State. NC State's a good team. NC State's beaten Clemson 2 out of the last 3 years. So Dabo Swinney need to he need to get his shit together, man. Straight up, man. You know what I'm saying? Put your goddamn pride to the side. Open that goddamn transfer portal. Just get some talent in there. Oh, I don't do players with 1 year. Well, guess what? That's the landscape of college football. That's the landscape. People going to do a year and they're going to bounce. So I don't understand why there's this loyalty when there's no loyalty shown on the other side. So loyalty is always supposed to be one way, right? The player is supposed to show loyalty and deference to the organization, but the organization don't have to be loyal, or the coaches don't have to be loyal to a player. Make it make sense. So you guys let me know what y'all think about this, man. But yeah, man, they really needs to be a thorough evaluation of the program, right? Because this right here is unacceptable. We cannot go up there and play an elite team and get dominated like that. I don't want to just beat up on the bad teams. I want to beat the good ones, god damn it. I want to beat the good ones. I don't want to just beat up on these bullshit ass teams. And then give the fan base some sense of false hope. Nah. The team I'm used to is when we show up, we gonna show out. God damn it. That's what I want. I want a team that when we take the field, we coming for your ass. And we gonna keep our foot in your ass until the clock says 0-0-0. That's the team I want. I don't want my team going out there, couple bad plays here and there, right? A drop pass, an illegal motion, a holding call, and then all of a sudden the bloom is off the rose. The needle gets taken to the bubble. We get our ass beat. And then players just give up. There was one play where the receiver he kept running, he would at least drawn a penalty for pass interference, but the motherfucker gave up on a route. And this is we was in Georgia's territory. Dude gave up on the damn route. But anyway, if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Hurt.